everyone tried to tell me, if you decide to come back to Italy, you will not have any job opportunities. Where are you going? You're not so young. You don't speak English. Grateful to myself, I didn't listen to anyone.
What is success to you? My name is Francesca Pisano, and you are listening to Ordinary Super People, Redefining Success. Hello and welcome. I'm here today with my friend Carla. Hello, Carla.
Hello, Francesca. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
I'm very
Thank you for
happy.
inviting me. You too?
My pleasure. I'm very happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Great.
So,
So, first of all, introductions. Tell us something about yourself.
okay. My name is Carla, obviously. I'm Italian, but I've been living in Sweden since 2015. I'm a shop assistant, but currently I'm working in a moving, cleaning, and gardening company in Stockholm. I would describe myself like stubborn, open-minded, curious, and keen on new experience.
Right, so you are in Sweden now, and you've been there for a while, but actually we met in Scotland.
Yes, we met in
Yeah.
Scotland, right?
So, do you want to share the reasons that made you move to Scotland many years ago?
It was in 2011. I was working in Italy as a shop assistant in a clothes shop. And after this shop closed down, so I was struggling in finding jobs in Italy. I tried several times. I did lots of job interviews, but there were no results. So I decided to move abroad. I chosen Scotland because I had a friend there. So I started studying in a college. I started studying English, and I decided to stay there for 3 years. Let's say that it was not an easy decision, but when you lose your job in Italy, at my age, I was 45. You are considered old and not able to work. So I said to myself, it's time to do something new and something that can help you, Carla. This was the reason, Francesca. Yes.
What sorts of thoughts and feelings did you experience when you decided to move to Scotland?
At the beginning, to be honest, I was a little bit worried because, as I said, I was not so young, and also you need to cope with a new culture, new language, and you don't have any support, not from your family, from your friends. And it was a little bit difficult. But as I'm a very curious person and I like new challenges, I was thinking this can be a great occasion for me. Let's say that thanks to Scotland, I could find out my skills that I really didn't know to have. This was thanks to the college and thanks to my teachers, to be honest. They believed in me. So they pushed me a little bit I can say that I discovered something of my character that I didn't know. So let's say I can say I'm strong. I didn't know about that. It's something new that I discovered there. Yeah, let's say that.
Sometimes we need situations to push us and to make us realize things. We may think, maybe I'm not ready for this, maybe I'm not good enough. But then
Exactly.
when we actually do things, we realize how much we are capable of doing.
Yes, exactly, Francesca. And also, I took part in the Commonwealth Games in 2014. I worked there as a volunteer, and I met lots of people from all around the world, lots of athletes. And when something like this happens, you every time think, oh, really, I did that? So let's say that Scotland gave me more than Italy has given me in 40 years. I'm sorry to say that, but this is true.
It sounds like you really love that country and you had a fantastic experience there.
Yes, and I still keep in touch with the friends, but after 3 years studying, uh, I decided to go back to Italy, hoping to find a job. I was thinking maybe my English language is not perfect, but maybe can help me to find a new job. It wasn't like that. So I was struggling maybe more than 1 year. And after 1 year, I found a part-time job in a shoe shop. But after another experience came, so I moved again from Italy. Yeah.
Exactly. So what happened? Why you're in Sweden now?
When I was working in this shoe shop in Italy, I took, of course, my working holidays and I came to visit Stockholm. So I met my current boyfriend, and after I think 5 or 6 months, I decided to move in Sweden. So that time it was for love. I like Sweden. I like Swedish people. I like the way they respect the others. I feel they have lots of respect for women also. This should be everywhere like that. But we know it isn't like this. So I'm happy that I took the decision to move twice, even though it was difficult to learn the English language, to learn the Swedish language. I still don't speak Swedish 100%, but I can communicate. But Swedish people, all of them, they speak English, so it's not so difficult to deal with people.
Yeah, I would like to ask
Um,
you a question now. You learned English as an adult. So when you were in
yeah.
Scotland, you went to college and you
Mhm,
attended an English course. And
mhm.
of course, moving to another country, to Sweden, you were faced with another challenge. So learning another language. And like, what difference did you find in learning English and Swedish?
The difference was that when I was studying at the college, I studied every day and I just worked part-time. So let's say that I had more time to learn English. Here in Sweden, I work full-time. So I studied for 1 year, 1 year, yeah, 1 year and a half. I got my first certificate and then I had to leave the school because it was too much working and studying. And you know, when you are not so young, it's not easy. I feel more comfortable speaking English with people
Mhm.
because I told you everyone speaks English. I think if I could work part time and I would continue studying and maybe I can reach the same level in let's say 1 year. I never give up.
I know. And you're very stubborn and you are very brave as well. I don't think many people would have done what you did, age 45, moving to a new country, learning everything from scratch, that's impressive. Speaking of challenges that you faced, the first time that you moved, when you moved to Scotland, you didn't have much support from other people.
No, because when I was in Scotland, I was alone. It was not only learning a new language, find a new job. There were lots of things all together. And when you are struggling in lots of issues, of course, it's not so easy. So sometimes I wanted to give up, but I had a very good teacher. I remember him, Jeremy. He just said, Carla, you can do that. You have to do that. This was the first support I found. And after when we met, me and you always told me, Carla, you can do that. You are strong. You are good. It's something that people cannot decide your life, Francesca, but some support can help you. This is what I think. But I am very optimistic, and maybe this helped me a lot. In Sweden, it was different because my boyfriend was already here. But if you are alone in another country and you cannot count on your family, on your friends, you need to count only on yourself. I miss my country, of course, my family, my friends, but in one way you need to survive, Francesca. You need to make a decision. The age, the economic situation cannot stop you. I think this is an excuse that people use, Not everyone is strong, but in one moment people need to make a decision.
You mentioned the support of friends and how that can make a difference. And I wanted to ask you something about your friends back home. When you decided to leave, to change your life, one day you must have said to yourself, enough, I'm leaving, I have to do something with my life. What did people think? What did your friends and family think of this choice?
Good question. Most of them said to me, where are you going? You're not so young. You don't speak English. I really was not able to speak English at all because I did maybe 20 lessons in Italy, and everyone tried to tell me, if you decide to come back to Italy, you will not have any job opportunities because time goes and after you are more old than now. But Francesca, people should appreciate themselves for what they are. It's also difficult for me to explain in English, but people cannot be stuck in something that they really don't like, or something that they suffer for that. You understand? Life is one. It doesn't matter. Your life can be in Italy, your life can be in Sweden, your life can be in Scotland. And of course, I miss my country, my culture, my family, my friends. But this cannot stop me to be curious, to meet people from all around the world. I think it's good to know more languages. The English language helped me a lot. If I would not study English, maybe now I could not even stay in Sweden, because if you don't know this language, you cannot communicate at all. So I'm grateful to myself. I didn't listen to anyone. I just left.
Yeah.
You understand my point? I just left.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was not easy, Francesca. You know about this. I had lots of problems, but okay, it's everyone can have problems.
I feel that you have been enriched by these experiences. You have
Exactly.
grown.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
have you also changed your vision of the world? For example, usually a definition of success and happiness that someone has is linked to money, career, for example, achieving who knows what. What is your definition of success?
As you said one time, I remember, to be successful, it doesn't mean you have to be rich, you have to be famous. Because for me, my success was like learning a new language, or maybe, I don't know, find a job that you really like, or can be just meet people from other countries and compare your culture, your language. And there is one thing that really I appreciate from what I did, because you live in your when you live in your country, it's like you live in a comfort zone. You understand? When you meet other people, you even stop complaining about stupid things. Let's use this rude word, because you meet people that maybe escape from wars, people that really, especially women. I have lots of colleagues from Pakistan, Afghanistan. I think that they here can have a better life. You compare their life, you compare your life, you never listen them complain. This can be your success. You can feel successful when you understand this. It's not about I moved because I want more money. I moved because it doesn't matter. It, for me, it matters that people need to find out the skill they have and use them to start a new life. And you don't need people that make you feeling down. You need to be strong in one way, but in another way, you need to reach what you want. Maybe the job I do now, it's not the job I was dreaming about, but it doesn't matter for me. Maybe for another person, is the job this job that this person was dreaming about. So to be successful can have lots of meanings. For me, it's this: is be able to deal with people from other countries, understand other religions, understand other cultures, and reach what I want. Can be a language, can be playing an instrument, can be lots of things. But you don't realize this until you have the chance to compare all of these things. This is my opinion. I haven't stopped learning. Maybe one day I will learn to play an instrument, Can be another thing that I can reach, another goal, let's say goal.
What is happiness to you?
Happiness is if you stop suffering from something, if you appreciate what you have, and if you are able to reach the goal let's say something that you really wanted and now you have. And for me, the most important things is that I have a good health. Without it, you cannot do anything, Francesca.
Mhm.
It's I don't want, because everyone has health problems, speaking about my experiences, but I realize that if you are struggling in a very hard period, the happiness can be only just open the windows and looking at the sun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me a question?
Yes, I want to ask you a question. You have always been a traveler, around the world. I know. How do you feel now going back to Italy, what do you expect and what you want to do for yourself? It's enough what you have, or you want to do something more to make you, let's say, happy?
That's a very good question. I'll try and give you a short answer. Yeah, you're right. I'm a traveler. I like to explore the world. I've been different places, met amazing people. So grateful. I met fantastic people who I also had the pleasure to interview in this podcast. And on the one hand, I never want to stop doing that. I always want to keep traveling, keep exploring, keep meeting people, and improve my knowledge of the world. Because I'm like you, I'm very curious. On the other hand, I'm at an age, well, I'm not old, obviously, but I'm at an age where after having some experiences, so with people very close to me who suffered, who had very serious health issues, for example, life circumstances, because we all experience something that kind of make us stop and reflect. On the other hand, then I also feel like I do not have that strong drive to always go and keep going and going and going and going. I kind of, for example, now I have two cats, and I I enjoy spending time with my cats. I'm not saying that I want to be here, because I do not think this is the place where I will settle eventually. I still feel like I will move somewhere else. But I feel like all the life experiences that I had really made me grow. And yeah, I don't know, I appreciate more stillness and not only constant movement. So there can be some balance. I do believe in this. There's balance. Thank you for your
Nice.
question.
No, thanks
Okay.
to you, Francesca. I really appreciate. I'm grateful for your friendship and trust. And yeah, that's all. I'm sorry for my English speaking, but
No, it's
I
great.
don't
It's great.
practice it
It's great.
every day. So
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
thank
It's
you,
been a pleasure.
Francesca. Thank you so much. And I just want to conclude with a sentence I remember from one song from Eminem.
Okay.
If you had one shot, capture it. Don't let it slip.
Thank you for sharing. And thank you all for listening. This was the final episode of season 1 of Ordinary Super People, Redefining Success. Please feel free to share the story with all of your friends, family, colleagues, but especially with those who could use some extra support and inspiration. Help me spread the message. You can write your own definition of success. See you soon with a new season.